One of the biggest reasons we moved to Alaska was to give our kids a different life. Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to share a little bit more about the pregnancy, the infertility that got us here. The bump. It's weird. Ow. Doing this video. I have no really good place to sit. This is my best lighting, so here we are, sitting on the bed. We haven't shared a ton in like each individual video about the pregnancy, how I was doing, anything like that. Our channel is mainly about us building our homestead here in Alaska. This video is being posted because we're probably either having the baby or bonding with the baby. I am drinking coffee. It's loud. Just for some background, Levi and I met in 2011. We were 15 years old. We went to different high schools, had a long distance relationship all through high school. When I graduated, I moved up to live with him in the mountains. I think we were with his parents about 6 months before we finally found our own place that we could afford. 18 years old. We got married at 20, which everyone thinks is crazy young. It seemed to work out for us. So fast forward to now, we're in our late 20s. We've been married for 7 years, and we tried for this baby for 5 of those years. I have PCOS, which is Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, if you don't know. Won't go too deep into that. Made it really difficult to get pregnant. After about 4 years of trying, and at the point we decided to move to Alaska was when I was like, hey, we have really good health insurance right now with Levi's work. Luckily, we had an amazing clinic. Highly recommend Shady Grove Fertility. They really were there to help you, and I will never forget them. We knew it could get kind of crazy getting pregnant right before we moved, but there's a lot less resources in Alaska than there are in Colorado, so we went ahead and did it. Won't go too deep into the fertility treatments, but basically we ended up only needing certain medications. I ended up taking letrozole and progesterone, and it took us about 6 months. It was the last month that we were trying, and we almost didn't even try that month with them because we were like, hey, this will be a December baby in Alaska. That's kind of crazy. We knew we'd be snow machining in and out up here. That's kind of crazy. And Shady Grove called us and said, we're pushing your last payment to this month because you didn't get to try it all last month. So we basically had a credit with them, and we were like, well, we might as well try. That's a sign to try. And I got pregnant. We got to see the baby a bunch early and kind of wrap our heads around it. Levi took longer to wrap his head around it than me. The first pregnancy test I took was really faint positive, and he was just, are you sure? Doesn't need to be a stronger second line than that for it to be positive. And I was like, I've been taking pregnancy tests for 5 years and I've never had a second line at all. I was like, it's positive. When we got to Alaska, I would have been about 12 weeks pregnant, and I was very sick at the time.
Good enough?
That was my smile.
Do we look okay? Do we look fat?
We just talked about being fat.
Camera has 5 cameras.
I got 2 cameras on. 3.
Not looking good.
Very strategically did my videos and whatnot to where I didn't show a whole lot of how sick I was. I was basically nauseous and vomiting for the first 5 months. A lot of people say, oh, you look so great. I haven't gained weight because A, I did start off on the heavier side when I got pregnant. B, I was lucky to get any nutrition in for the first 5 months. I can't tell you the hours that I spent on Levi's mom's couch with a bucket by my head. Just miserable. But I didn't show a lot of that on the channel. I didn't want this to be a watch my pregnancy channel.
He was a wore out horse. The man did he put up with some crap with us.
Yeah.
I feel like at least my midwives truly have educated me, where a doctor would just put a label on how I didn't feel good and throw a pill at me, which I really didn't want. They are very unconcerned with how far out we are. It is very common in Alaska to be a long ways from town. We have a great plan for, you know, if labor starts early. At the time of this video, I'm coming up on about 38 weeks. They're very confident, very laid back, and that confidence helps us a lot. We snow machine about 4 or 5 miles to our property from Levi's parents' property where we're living. That being said, one of the neighbors only a mile up the road has been plowing all the way to his place. So when we transport the baby, we're going to go ahead and drive the truck that far and only do 1 mile on the snow machine. I'm going to have it in a carrier. We have a whole plan with the midwives set up for that. And then Levi and his dad will deal with like taking the truck back to the property and all that and just get me and the baby home.
Sorry.
You're fine. You guys gonna go snow machining?
I guess.
Say hi to the camera.
Hello, camera.
Hi, Bolt. Not the pillows.
This is butt.
That's
Mom.
Levi has been the absolute most supportive husband I could ever ask for. He's been cooking, and the other morning he cleaned the whole cabin while I just slept. He makes sure I get adequate rest. I know I get a lot of comments that I need to rest more, but I promise I am. We're pretty much at the end now. We're not finding out the gender. We've been very firm on that the whole time. Really excited for the extra surprise at the birth. I'm so excited for the birth. I know a lot of people think you should just be scared of it. I'm really not. I know it's going to be one of the hardest things I've ever done, but it's also going to be amazing. I don't think I could be any more prepared than I am, and I'm really excited for it.
Just a pregnant woman living in a man's world.
One of the biggest reasons we moved to Alaska was to give our kids a different life. So when I got pregnant, it just really solidified we need to stay in Alaska. Our original plan for coming up here, like, why don't we go to Alaska for a couple years? And I had kind of left it at that, like a year, maybe 2. It was just going to be a fun adventure. And when I got pregnant was the big solidifying moment for me of, what if we stay? We just really want them to grow up in the wild. And that's exactly what we're working towards.
You gotta go all the way.
We will obviously have lots of the baby on the channel. That being said, this is not going to turn into a look at this baby channel either. This is about the homestead. The baby is a part of the homestead, so you will see plenty of it. We're also not turning into some of the weird family vlogs that center around their kids. We're not trying to make money off of our child. I just really wanted to share kind of the journey to this point since I haven't really on the channel. We really do enjoy sharing with everyone, and we really appreciate every viewer. Every little bit this channel grows gives us more opportunity to continue this life. To finish off, I've got a couple of boxes I want to open up and say thank you so much to everyone who has sent stuff. We've had so many gifts come in. This one came from Colorado, and I just had to share. It's handmade, like, burp cloths. I love like the pale yellow for gender neutral. This one came from Missouri, and I have not yet opened it. This is a big thank you to everyone who sent presents. A lot of people have sent presents months ago, so it's already all sorted into the baby stuff. We still appreciate you so much. We've gotten presents internationally. Easier meal cleanup written on there. It's like a stocking. I thought you might like the old-fashioned blue tinted mason jar. It also has measurements on the side. I love that. Ooh, more baby stuff. Just really simple little. It's all good stuff. Ooh, it's one of the cookie tins. Oh, it looks sealed. There's actually cookies in it. Oh, my coffee. And the tin is so useful after. Thought this mug would fit your cabin life the way it looks. Use in any way you want. Oh, it's like a lid. That's cool. That mug. Look at how cute that is. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, I just got a whiff of it. Those are nice, like, thin blankets, which is good because it's hot in this cabin. Very cute. Thank you so much to everyone who has sent stuff, everyone who just watches, everyone who has watched 30 seconds of a video and decided it's not for them and moved on. All of it helps us. So we just appreciate everyone. We've received so much more support on this than we ever would have dreamed. Thank you as always for watching. I know this isn't our typical video, but we appreciate everyone giving us so much grace to have this baby. And we're going to start building that cabin in the spring, and we can't wait to take you along with it.
So you gotta say that.
Oh. Wow. Gosh, you're quite the director and interviewer.